In just about 5 or 10 minutes before we get started, again, we'll have some announcements tonight, and then depending on what we have in raid, we will attempt something. Um, it will be more of a leisurely raid, although we will use our DKP, all of our standard rules, everything we've used in the past. For now, I'm holding boxes out, but I may add some if there are interests. We may also have some folks joining us both in Discord as well as potentially in Raid tonight, and I'll explain about that coming up. Lots of good announcements tonight. And again, we still got about 3 or 4, maybe 5 minutes or so before we get started. We'll have some announcements. We'll have some good, interesting things that are going to happen, and then depending on the turnout that we have, we'll try to do something tonight. I can't promise you what it'll be. It's really going to be more of an inventory check.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Good evening.
If there's anybody that still needs an invite in game, just go ahead and X up for me. Again, we're going to start with some announcements. I ask your patience tonight as we got a lot to get through. And again, if there's anybody in game that needs an invite, they can either X up in guild or they can send Kit a tell. All right, so there's still a lot that's going on in the background, so bear with me if I seem a little distracted. It's because there's about 12 things happening at one time. So let's go ahead and get started at least with some chat, and then we'll move to our destination here in just a moment. We have a couple of folks joining us in Discord tonight that you may have noticed already that you don't recognize their name, but you will become intimately familiar with them. Hopefully, not intimately. Let's.
I was gonna say.
Hey now.
Hey, hey.
Well, I don't know. It might depend on what I say.
Ho 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 ho.
No, so look, here's the deal, everybody. Obviously, we've gone through some changes, and I'm very happy about these changes. And I know that may seem strange, but I really am. Um, Things for me personally are adjusting a little bit, and that's going to become a little bit difficult on the guild. We also needed to kind of take inventory and clean a little bit of cancer out, and I think we've done that. I never want to see anyone part with our wonderful guild because we love it so much. But the people that have chosen to do so, as long as they're continuing to enjoy the game at their own pace, that's their own prerogative, and we wish them well. For the wonderful folks that are still here with us, and we are a very strong bunch, we are looking pretty good. I want to talk to you about what the future holds because it's really exciting. First of all, um, Shadows of Agnar is not going anywhere. We are not disbanding. I mentioned this last week when I had the same conversation. We're not going anywhere. We're not disbanding. We're moving forward. In fact, I think we're actually going to be stronger as we get through the next several weeks than we've ever been. And here's the reason why. We have entered into a raid alliance with Immortal Few. And also joining me, and I'll ask him to chime in here in just a second, is Lizard Man and Shadow Killer from Immortal Few. Now, I'll talk about what that means and the dynamics of that. But let me kind of get through kind of what we're going to be doing. A lot of it depends on what the force is. At the moment, we're looking pretty strong. The initial idea is that one day a week we will raid with them. We will follow their rules. They've invited us along. Essentially, we'll be like new members. We'll earn their DKP and we'll come along to their events. And then one night event, they'll come along with us, help us along on some events. Now, that's the initial idea. However, depending on the turnout, that may morph into a slightly different raid schedule. It is possible, but not yet determined, that we will end raiding on SOA and fully commit to the Alliance to raid on Immortal Fuse nights. The reason I don't know the answer to that question, and I ask your patience, is because I don't know how many people we have and how many people they have. And obviously, we are pretty strong and they're pretty strong. And there's only 54 people in a raid. We're still working out some of the details on that. But for us, for now, I'm going to call it option A, meaning we're going to go about our raids, they're going to go about their raids, and we're going to invite each other along on specific days. I have a feeling quickly over the next couple of weeks that will morph into whatever the final product is. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. And here's how I think it's a good thing, because they are a little bit ahead of schedule. I really like these guys. I think you guys know me enough to know that I take a lot of pride in the guild, and that I like people that are like-minded with myself and our philosophies as a guild. These guys are right up there with us. They're casual. They like to complete content. They want to see the game, and they're really good. So at this moment, if Lizard has a chance to chime in, I'd just like you to introduce yourself and just say a few words.
Absolutely. So thank you very much. I am your friendly neighborhood lizard man. It's marginally friendly, that is. Um, I've been EverQuest addict since right around 2000. I actually made the Lizardman character as a monk originally on live on the Luckland server, and I've been hooked on EQ literally the entire time since, having taken very minimal breaks. This is my first really dedicated TLP that my wife and I have chosen to spend our time on. We started with the beginning of the Mangler server, and it's just been an absolutely awesome thing getting to know the people of this server, the people from especially the people from Immortal Few. We have built a really strong friendship, and that has really been able to carry us through the more difficult times as well as the better of times as well. Um, Shadow Killer, who was also in the chat, he actually came to us while watching one of my live streams. I stream on Twitch and Facebook, YouTube, all the others. He was actually watching that of one of our raids and ended up re-upping his subscription and has been with us ever since. So it's we have a really healthy bunch of people, but historically on TLPs, things end up necessarily getting a little bit winding down somewhat around now, and we don't see that happening with Mangler. But with this alliance and the potential that it brings, this can absolutely help to strengthen both of our teams into one team going forward indefinitely.
And as a good segue there, Shadow, did you want to chime in there?
Yeah. So, like Lizard said, I caught one of his streams. So I played back on live for several years. I was also on Luckland. Didn't know Lizard back then. I stopped playing for about 10 years or so, and group of friends and I kind of dabbled in EQ, got back into it about 2 years ago, and that's when I saw Lizard streaming, and was like, man, they were doing raids, DON raids on Vish, and it was like, man, I miss that kind of stuff. I miss that time, and so I went ahead and pinged him about joining the guild, and he was like, yeah, sure. So joined. They invited me to become an officer in Immortal Few a few months ago, almost a year ago, maybe. I'm not sure. And yeah, ever since we've been clearing content and kicking ass and having a lot of fun doing it. So
While we're chatting, if we could go ahead and head to Citadel. For those that are not flagged for Corafax, just wait in the guild hall. We'll put a banner down for you. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and move that way. So yeah, again, and the next week or two is going to be a little bit transitional. There will be a lot of questions. There will be a lot of what does this mean? How do we handle if there is overflow? How do we handle if there's more than 54? There's a lot of questions that we still need to figure out answers to, but we'll figure those out. I was very uncomfortable with where we were, but I feel very, very good about what we're doing. So these guys are clearing up to, I believe, tier 2 now in underfoot. So we will be able to see a good bit of underfoot that we have not been able to see as a guild. They're doing great content. They've got amazing members. They're very casual, just like us. Obviously, they have their own set of rules and DKP that they will have to learn, but it's very similar to what we have here. And for now, again, we'll just they'll abide by our rules and we'll abide by their rules, kind of a situation. Does this mean that there's going to be a merger down the road? Because I know people are thinking that, they're asking that, and I don't like to, hide any BS. I don't know the answer to that, but that's not a conversation that we're having right now. This is an evolution. This is going to be good for us. We have a really strong force, and we have some great players, and so do they. So we thought it would help us all out if we all work together, and I think it will. In the meantime, hey Lizard, can you request Citadel?
Sure, I'm in Corfax now. I'm headed over.
Yep, thanks. Oh, let's drag Earth Dawn if we see Earth Dawn, please.
Well, that's nothing new.
Should have an alliance chat.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to work on the details of how we handle those types of things. There are a lot of questions that I still know that we're going to have to figure out. But this is good stuff. I've seen them in action. I've raided with them just briefly, but enough to know that I like these guys. I would not commit to an alliance if it were someone that I did not feel comfortable with, or if it were a guild that had a tarnished reputation. Because we all know that reputation is everything on this server. And I'm very comfortable with this. I am.
Actually, if you don't mind my chiming in along those lines, I've actually watched Skay streaming your guys' raids off and on since POR timeframe, offering advice in his Twitch chat that he's relayed to Kit and your guys' leadership. So been keeping an eye on you guys for a while.
Yeah, and that's proven very helpful as well. So I mean, it's they're not just chatting to kind of win our affections. These are folks that are genuine in what they say. So it's why I feel comfortable with the agreement. And look, I don't know what the future means. It may mean something down the road changes. Like I said, it may mean that we just maintain our SOA guild tag. Oh, that's a name. That's not good.
He doesn't see him as.
Okay, good. We maintain our SOA name, but we can raid and stick to our principles. But this is a courting time. This is a get to know each other time. Sorry, lit 1 second.
I thought Bacon would give it away.
And by the way, Lizard or Shadow, you're welcome to invite anyone from Immortal Few that wants to come along with us. I don't know how much we'll be able to do. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. If you want to go ahead and request. Yep, perfect.
May I ask,
Go for it, Lane.
how many members do they have?
I'll let Lizard field that as far as raid members.
Although we have officially over 500 in the guild, we've got 44 online right now. A lot of those are boxes. I would at this time be happy to extend an invite out to any of our members who are interested. However, we actually do have another raid going on right now in Crystallos to try to get a few rank threes for our enchanters, because we are still using, as you know, the enchanter haste spell from that expansion, because we didn't get one in this one. So it's important. So we're actually
I think they were also, yeah, it was runes, and I think they were also trying to get some of the boxes flagged for the OMM stuff.
nice. But yeah, I would extend that out, and I'm confident that some people would end up joining. But I know the majority of people who have free time right now are actually attending that in order to help out our enchanters and any, as Shadow Killer mentioned, boxes that were going. As for the remainder of the question that was asked, um, we usually fill out our raids almost every night with 54, but that is a lot of boxes. So honestly, I would say 40 mains average, sometimes less, but I would say we have around 40-ish mains who are dedicated to raiding with us.
And of course, some of you are doing the math already and going, okay, well, look, if we've got 30 mains and they've got 30 to 40 mains, the math doesn't add up. Don't worry, we're going to figure that out.
There's always a way to make something happen, especially if you wanted to.
Also, in case you're curious about their raid nights, because I don't think we've explicitly said that, they are Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And for now, I am removing Monday from our off night raids. So we will be Wednesday and Friday for the foreseeable future, and then Sunday will be our day that we join them as we can. Oh, I hate trying to click in here.
Hardest boss in the expansion.
Yep, the tower door.
Keep clicking, folks. I know it's a pain. Be patient while everybody zones in, please. And again, I don't know how long Shadow and Lizard are going to be with us here in the chat and in the event. We're just going to try to see what we can do since we've got enough members on. And if we can get through some events, we can get through some events. Currently, there are 2 boxes in the raid, by the way, for the Immortal Few guys.
I am officially locked out.
Give it a couple more tries there if you can try clicking around. If not, I've put the banner down and you can head back to Guildhall and try it that way.
Go first person, push into the door, turn sideways, and try to click the back of the door. Usually works for me.
I blame Refried. Every time I try to zone in here, I click on beans.
He's everywhere.
The banner is down for folks that are either unflagged or having difficulty clicking the door. We'll wait patiently while everyone arrives. I know many of you have questions as far as when this begins and how we go about this and what channel do we join and how do we let them know. I'm going to work all that out and I'll post it in our Discord. But I have a feeling as soon as potentially Sunday, 2 days from now, we could see our folks raiding together and earning their DKP. If we ever did go completely to a raid alliance, what would happen to our DKP? I don't have the answers to that. We are still talking about a lot of logistics. But I did want to talk about this with you guys and let you know what's happening. These guys are a lot of fun and they're not jerks. You know, they have the very same mindset that we do. I don't want us to lose our identity, and for now, that's why this alliance is the best possible thing for us.
Just adding into that, if I may, on live, I actually had 3 guilds that we carried over through I would say 17 expansions we raided together, and all three of us were or having our own guild tag, but we were all part of the same team. And I'm not saying that that necessarily is what we would want to do in one situation or another, but what matters really is who's on the team. And uh, tonight, I'm on your team, and I see no reason to change that going forward.
Yeah, I think this actually puts us in one of the better positions um, for both guilds because some of the other guilds are struggling. Now they have taken on some of our members as some of our members have left, but they're still, heavily recruiting. We don't need to do that. We don't need to worry about our numbers. We are just fine. With this alliance, we can see all the content we want. We can get the upgrades that we want. We can help them out. They can help us out. And again, I have a feeling, just given my schedule, that we may evolve into a solely on their raid schedule and our rating, but I don't know that for sure. I don't know if their Canadian quarters will work in our vending machines, though.
Could be worse.
Oh, I've converted all the DKP to Kitcoin, by the way.
Did you get a NFT for that?
Just making a couple of minor adjustments here. If there's anybody that I missed for an invite, just send Citadel. Now look, this is the lightest we've ever done this with the exception of the first time we attempted this with 22 and 1. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible. I'm not saying it's going to be a pushover. I'm just saying that's what we've got. Anybody that's not here at the moment besides my boxes? In fact, I may leave my boxes out.
Seep is not in here yet for in the zone.
Okay, thank you. See, can I get an update?
I just zoned out by accident.
Okay.
Not showing our best side to our guests there, Seep.
I saw a door. I clicked it.
Okay, again, this is more of a leisurely raid, but if we can clear content and get gear, I would like to. This is really just a get to know folks and see how we do kind of a situation. Also keep in mind, we're probably going to do things different from the way that some of the Immortal Few folks do it. So there will be a little bit of growing pains. Also, when we join their raids, we're going to, follow their rules. So it'll take some time for them to get to know us and vice versa. So I just ask that over the next few weeks as we kind of high school dance it or middle school dance it and stand across the hall from each other. You just kind of bear with all of us. Okay, at this time, we are going to move up to Kit, but absolutely do not pass. Move into the room. Absolutely do not pass, please. Make sure you are in the room and not against the back wall or the doorway. All right, quick reminder on this fight. We get it down to 85%, and then it's going to depop. It will do a series of repops. The enchanters will need to mez. Enchanters, yes, 2. Safana, can you mez up to 88 yet?
I can.
Okay, perfect. Allowance got some information there for us. When they depop, immediately there's going to be 1 spawn that will need to be mezzed. It'll be followed by 2 spawns, and 3, then 4. The real big thing is that we're going to move to specific sides of the room. Make sure you're listening for the call to move. Also, if you're a tank or a paladin or a knight of any kind, make sure you're picking up the adds and pulling them to us as we move. Keep those knights healed. Let's go ahead and get temp buffs on, please. And if you're a DPS class, make sure you're trying to DPS the Mind Blight once it respawns.
Kid, wasn't this the one where we don't do the damage to the goos right away? Otherwise, they slow us?
Yeah, right away. If you kill them too early, they will snare us all. All right, anyone not ready? Again, we're just going to see how we do. I make no promises on this. SK will start, I believe. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, SK, I believe you can summon tank him to start. Here we go. Get him debuffed, everybody to the center. Enchanters be ready to mez when this depops at 85. Druid wards down. Mez it. Everybody to the center and be ready to move. Listen for the call out. We'll move 3 times. Then the Mind Blight will spawn. Be ready to heal those tanks. Be ready to move. Southwest. Don't go to the wall. Just get off the platform. Pick up the goo when it spawns. Pull it with us. Northwest, please. Tanks pick up the goos. Southeast. Bring the oozes, kill them, heal the tanks. DPS on the Mind Blight if you can, but also DPS the oozes down. Mind Blight can be summon tanked. Everyone to the center when you can. Get the ooze down, get the Mind Blight DPS'd. Everybody to the center if you're a caster and enchanter. We'll need to mez here. There'll be 2 adds spawning when this depops. much DPS on it as possible. As the ads. Let's get by toward Damien Res, please. Get those mezzed. Be ready to move. Southeast. Everyone southeast. Southwest. Northwest. Pick up the ads, pull them, kill them. DPS on the Mind Blight, please, if you can. If you can get some dots on it, kill the other ads as well. Tanks pick up the oozes, kill them. Casters to the center if you can, please. Especially the enchanters. Alright, throw everything you got at it before he despawns. We want to get him to 35. Be ready for ads. They're up. Get them. Gotta mez them. Mezzing kills them. I need a mezzed.
Yeah, somehow I messed myself.
Uh-oh.
Let's get Jumi, Earth Dawn, and Seep up, please. Quickly. If you have wards remaining, let's hit those now. Northeast, please. As we move, let's rebuff those that need it. Southwest. Northwest. All tanks pick up the ads. Be ready to DPS the Mind Blight. Kill the ads, please. Let's get that Mind Blight down if we can. As much DPS on the Mind Blight as possible. Casters to the center, enchanters be ready in the center, please. Pull the ads up top, get them mezzed. Gotta get these mezzed. Res and rebuff those, please. Everybody to the center, be ready for the call. One more and we got this. Rebuff as quickly as possible. Southeast. Northwest. Southwest. All right, let's pick up those ads. Let's get some DPS on the Mind Blight. Get it to 37, kill these ads. All right, we got this now. Get that other ooze down, please. All right, we've got it now, folks. Enchanters, I need you to watch for ads that are going to repop. Be ready to mez as quickly as possible. All that's left is to burn this and mez any ads. Heals to SK. As the ads, please. Not our cleanest kill, but pretty good. Just waiting for everybody to be rezzed. Nice job, everyone. While we're doing gear, while we're doing loot, make sure you're rebuffing, please, as quickly as possible. We don't have a lock picker, so we may have to bust it open. Thank you very much. Again, nice job, everyone. We'll see how far we can go. We'll try the next event and see what time it is and how we do and what we have left. I know some of our folks can't stay that long, but this is, again, just kind of a getting to know each other and having a little fun, and I wanted to make sure we announce what's going on. While we're doing loot, let's go ahead and rebuff and met up, please. We will have a little bit of trash to clear. Yeah, hang on a second. I'm gonna reset the bids on that. I'm gonna start the bidding over, please. That is not warrior or berserker usable. So let's start that over again, please. Kratz Landholder.
Thanks all.
All right, we've got the fractured coevoluminescence. Sorry, I cut somebody off there. I'm going to make sure I speed these bids up a little bit more, so pay attention. Sold to Seep for 50. And we have 2 of these. Saw refried first at 20. Let's make sure all get rebuffs. Let's get temp buffs on the knights and warriors, please. We will start add pulls here in just a moment. Sold a flashpoint for 36. Got another glowing entropic rune. Sold to Xavius for 5. SK, could you take a look at what we've got for ads? We're now bidding on Red Eye. Saw Bytor first at 75, but we're now at 80. We're at 105.
I got an AFK a minute. Sorry.
Sure. Sold to Bytor for 120.
Thanks, team. That was a huge upgrade for me.
We would expect no less. Okay, Mr. SK, could you start our pulls, please? Everybody face the north, please. Make sure the Mastrix face toward the raid. Don't stand behind them. Includes you rogues. I know you want to. Heal those tanks. Do you have a main assist?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being patient. I know Luke took a little longer than usual.
Yeah, we all had to go to the website to check our DKP.
Yeah, we no longer have a bot, but that's okay. Everyone rejoice when we can finally get out of this room.
All right, sorry about that. My kids just came in from swimming and they found one of my April Fool's jokes.
What was it?
Kool-Aid in the shower head, so the water came
Hey,
out
hang
red.
on. Everybody back up. We're not moving up yet. Stay in this room, please. It's going to be the single Ukin first, SK. Okay. We'll need 4 tanks. Remember, these are mezzable. Just make sure that one is not, the rear is not facing the other, because they will break each other's mezzes.
I'll take third on extended target.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Shadow. Go ahead and bring him, SK, if you can. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I know how hard trash is in here, so I have a box bard that I usually bring to raids, so I'm usually the one pulling this on my bard.
Is this the one that explodes when it dies?
Nope. That's the Discordling after stasis.
Thanks. And Shadow and Lizard, I'm actually glad you're kind of coming along with us just to see our group in action. Again, we're going to be a little bit lean tonight, but we've got some great players, really good players. All right, tanks, pick them up. We can med some of these. Heal those tanks. Allowing buffs incoming. Nicely done, everyone. Just a few more ads and we'll move on to the next event. Yay, we can move on to the stomach growl room.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
We're going to hold right here.
You mean that wasn't Volkert?
Thought it was gone.
I ain't got
All right.
belly.
Banner's replaced. Everybody can move up to the banner where you're currently sitting. This is a mana drain Farron. Burn him.
Again, you can turn off the sounds for the growl. That's the environmental sounds.
How many more you got left there, SK? Okay. If you can get the single next, do it. We are a little low on mana just because of the mana drain. Seep, did you get that luminescence? Who didn't loot their luminescence?
Checking.
It would be either Seep or Flashpoint.
I've got looted messages from both.
Yeah, I've got Flashpoint looted. And I've got Seep looted. That's very weird.
Go back and check. They may have put a third one in by error.
Checking real quick.
Confirmed. My inventory has my luminescence.
It's not on there, but there is a key if anybody still needs a key. Just give us about 30 seconds and then pull the next two, the final two. Let's go ahead and bring him SK. Yep, we'll have a little pause before we go into the next event. We should be able to move up, and you can stop at Kit, please. Keep in mind I'm in puppy form. We're going to hold here. We're going to met up. And we're going to set up for this fight. Do I have volunteers to take the weapons? I'll give Kassir a piercer. I can give the two monks the one-handed blunts. I'll give the warriors maybe the slashing weapons. I'll still have an extra piercer left over if anybody wants. Just going to hold here for just a moment. In just a moment, Malawin's going to assign some tankage for you. I'll also have some keys with some information here, so just stay tuned for that. Okay, a lot of info there. I'll go through it. When we go in, if I could have folks immediately help me open all of the little items in the middle. There's going to be 8 ads, so let's make sure we have all of our tanks ready with all of the temporary buffs. If you are a person I'm giving a weapon to, make sure you know what those weapons are used against. If you have a blunt weapon, you're going to use it on the Farons. A slash weapon, use it on the Ukins. A piercing weapon, use it on the Chimeras. Maastrichts should be mezzed. Do not wake them. Leave them until last. Volkert will take the Kiv trophy first. We are a little light on DPS, so we are really going to have to do our best to burn down as quickly as we can. Just wait till we have some mana. Again, because we're a little light on DPS, just do your best. Let's get those temp buffs on all the tanks, please. Just to note, we are a little bit lighter on tanks than we usually are. We have 6 tanks and we have 8 adds each round. All right, again, we're just going to wait on the final little bit of out of combat so we can get that final little bit of mana. Oh, that's right. With the 2 Maastrichts mezzed, that should be enough for all of our tanks. Good point, Malawin. Thank you. Your best burn should be on the electrified trophy. I mean, you should be burning pretty hard anyway the whole time, but the biggest stuff burn on the electrified trophy. We are going to end up getting behind on add repops just because I have a feeling our DPS is going to be a little bit light. Okay, most of us should be in out of combat. Let's get that last little bit of mana, get to full. We're going to be moving in about 30 seconds. When we move in, everyone needs to move in together or you'll get locked out of the room. Sorry, folks, had a minor delay. Just bear with me. Okay, don't enter yet, but move up to kit so I can do a little check here. Remember, when we move in, you have to move in or you will get locked out of this room. We're moving in now, please. Move in now. Please open the items up there. Be ready for ads. Heals to the tanks. Mez the Mastrix. Make sure you stay off the Mastrix. Watch your reins. Burn them down. All right, not bad, everybody. Make sure if you're not the tank that you're standing on the north side, basically where Kit is. The trophy will come in. Can I have a tank list? Thank you. Volkert is up first. Make sure you're standing to the side, so Volkert tank it east or west. It's coming in. Be ready for the ads, tanks. Wards down, please. Wards down. Be ready for ads. Pick up the ads. Finish the trophy. Mez the Mastrix. Let's get him. Be ready for the next trophy. Could I have a tank list, please? It'll be Gaunt next on the next trophy when it comes in. Make sure you stay to the side of this one. Finish those ads. It's coming in. Be ready to heal Gaunt and DPS. Make sure you stay to the side of this mob. Unless you're the tank, of course. If you're gathering aggro, make sure you stay to the east or west. Be ready for ads, tanks. They're coming. As the Mastrix, pick up the others. Follow your assist. If you are a person with a special weapon, you can kill a different mob than what the main assist is on to start. Just watch your aggro. The Ick of Trophy is next once we burn these down. Ick of Tank will be SK.
Which one do we burn?
The Electrified, the electric guy.
The robot.
Let's finish these off. Alright, Ikov is incoming. SK is our tank. Be ready for ads when this dies. Tanks be ready to pick them up, same as before. Tanks be ready. The Electrified Trophy is next. It is the one you will burn on, because after 1 minute, the two Rift Seekers will spawn. Finish those up. Volkert will be our main tank for the Electrified Trophy. Gotta finish those up real quick though. He's moving. When this one spawns, you want to burn, but watch your aggro. Who are our tanks for the two Rift Seekers? Malawin and Lizardman. Vitor, can you give me an MGB?
Done.
Because here we'll need rebuffs. Vitor and Lizardman will, Malawin and Lizardman will split them apart a little bit. Looks like Malawin's taking west. Lizardman, if you'll take east. Got to keep them far enough away so that they don't AE, but close enough together that they are good. I know, it's a little dance.
Who do you guys kill first, fire or ice?
It's whichever one the main assist goes for. All right, heals to those tanks. Let's burn them. Claire, can you give me an MGB?
Done.
Thank you. Just a reminder, after this, there is a brief fight with the curator. We have to get him down 5%. Not to 5%, just 5%. And then it'll spit us out of this room. Thank you, Malawin. All right, curator's here. Heals Malawin, thank you. He should kick us here in just a second. There we go. If you're a melee that had one of those items, just make sure you equip your normal item back, please, and you can head back into the room, into the chest. Mr. Kassir, if you could do the honors, please. While we are doing loot, very quickly, please rebuff. And we'll start loot top to bottom. Sold to Aragar for 75.
Thank you.
Sold to Lightning for 25. By the way, I think we can tell that we are pretty handily doing okay with these events. We're doing pretty good, I'd say. I saw Damien first at 30, but we're at 35 now. Again, I'll see how many more of the events we can do. I can't make any promises, and I know I'm going to be losing some people here, so we'll see. Sold to Damien for 55. Got the first of 2 runes. While we're waiting, please get all buffs refreshed quickly. Night Refried, glad you can join us, and I look forward to you raiding along with us with the Mortal Few. All right, we've got the second glowing entropic rune. Sold to Banshee for 5. And finally, our Warped Coeval Luminescence. Sold to Gaunt for 54. Okay. We have everybody come south to Kit, but do not leave this room, please. Do not leave this room.
Did Docs and Feeding want prezes?
Nah, leave them out. I can't. That's too much to control.
Okay.
And we're losing Bragg as well, so we're losing a little bit of DPS here, but I think we'll be okay. This is more of a tank-heavy event than anything. We'll see if we can do this event, and if we have trouble, we'll call it. Okie dokie. See if Malawin has a hotkey for us, if he set up the tanks for us. Just a reminder, there will be pairings. No one enter the room yet, please. I'm just going to check the location of the mobs. Do not leave this room, please. Stay right where you are. SK, the Hexed Shredder, is the second on the right. Pixed Spell Striker for Gaunt is the first on the right. The Hexed, hang on. Hexed Spawn Master for Malawin is the fourth on the right. And then we'll let everybody else find those as we move in. When we move in, we're going to move just to the other side of this door, but you must move in when I call for it or you will get locked out. Those tanks that go in, you will only click the doors or the little stasis chambers when I call for it. Do not click it early. Do not click it until I call for it. And you will bring them to this side of the room, the north side of the room near this door. It'll be in the next room though. I will give you an order in which to kill these. I've lost my main assist. Do I have a main assist possible? Come on, don't be afraid, folks.
I saw Kasir raise his hand.
Let's get Mr. Brother in there. I think he'll do
I was
it.
going to say I saw Shadow Killer raise his hand, but yeah.
Again, I will tell you which of these to kill first. Once we kill all 4 sets, the final mob, we actually have to wait for it to despawn. Once it does so, then we'll kill Furiona and Lannis. We will balance them. We'll have 3 tanks that will need to be healed, so watch for that. Again, we'll call that as we get closer to it. Just stand by. I'm pulling up my information on which these we kill first, because I never can remember it. After we do the 4 pairings, no cures are allowed, please. No cures are allowed after we kill the 4 pairings. Up until that point, you can cure. For Mr. Brother, it is the Pixed Spell Striker that we will kill first. Is anyone not ready? Please do your best on this event. Let's get all the short-term buffs on the tanks, please. Do it now. Get all temp buffs going. Moving in 30 seconds. Moving in 10 seconds. It'll be SK and Gaunt up first. Move into the room, please. Hold here at Kit. Into the room. Hold here at Kit. Those 2 tanks, be ready to hit your mob. Don't hit it yet. Wait for it. Be ready to click for Gaunt SK. Choose now. Click now. Heals to Gaunt and SK. Kill the Spell Striker first, please. Again, you can still cure at this time. Can we have our tank order, please? Malawin and Volkert, make sure you find your mobs at the moment. Be ready to click, but do not do so until I say. Malawin and Volkert, be ready. Make sure you have the correct mob. Wait for it. Don't click until my command. Do it now. Heals to Volkert and Malawin, please. You're going to kill the Spawn Master first. Bring them close together, please, near the door. Tank order again, please. Thank you. Lizardman and Gaunt, please find your mobs, but do not click until I say. Lizardman on the Chitin Breaker, Gaunt on the Slime Keeper. Just be at your appropriate stasis chamber and wait for the click. You may still cure it this time. Be ready to click. Click now. Heals to Malawin and Lizardman.
Gaunt and Lizardman.
I'm sorry, Gaunt and Lizardman, my bad. It's the Slime Keeper first on this one. Slime Keeper first. I believe this is the one where there are items on the floor that you can pick up and use to kill the Chitin Breaker, if I'm not mistaken. This fight is way longer than my bladder is large. And I had way too many Dr. Peppers.
That sounds like a personal problem to me.
Let's get our tank order again, please. Need the tanks ready to go. At the appropriate mobs. SK and Malawin, be ready. Be ready to heal SK and Malawin. Don't click until I say, please. We will kill the Pixed Soother first, please, brother. Pixed Soother. Be ready. Click. Make sure you bring them both here to the north side. Pixed Soother first. Make sure they're facing each other, by the way.
We still no curing, or
After these, you don't cure, but you can still cure at this point. All right, this one we're just going to kite for a moment, or just have SK tank it. Just have SK tank it, please. You do not need to kill this. Let's get wards down, please. Wards down. I'll need SK, Lizardman, and Malawin ready to go on the 3 mobs. Don't go up there just yet. Wait until this depops. You can still cure it this time, but be ready to stop that in just a moment. Remember, Lannis and Furiona must be balanced. Balance Lannis and Furiona first. We'll need heals on SK, Lizardman, and Malawin. Just waiting for this to depop. It's taken anywhere from 10 seconds to 2 minutes. SK, could I have you pull him to the southwest just a hair, please? Where Kit is currently? Well, that's southeast, but that'll work. Let me have the rest of the raid come over here southwest a little bit, please. Just to avoid the AE. Just waiting for him to depop. After this depops, no cures. No cures. Waiting for it to depop. Tanks be ready to pick up the 3 mobs when they happen. Any moment now. All right, be ready. Tanks go in, get them. Heals to our 3 tanks, Balance, Lannis, and Furiona. You can debuff the Curator, although I can't remember if he's aggro at the beginning.
He is.
Okay, thank you. Be ready. Malike, be ready to give me an MGB, not yet. Now. Balance, Furiona, and Lannis.
Stupid.
If anyone gets locked away, let us know. No cures at this time, no cures at this time. Lannis and Furiona must be balanced. If you have wards, drop them. Most of us have already done that. Aragar, if you have an MGB, hit it now, please.
Just go down. Gaunt.
Heals to Gaunt. They're not balanced, please. We've got to have them balanced. Make sure they stay balanced. We've just got to get them down to, I think, 30. No cures at this time, please. No cures. They're way out of balance. Watch it.
Gaunt's down. Furiona's loose.
Need a tank on Furiona, please. Let's get our folks res back in, please. Slay, give me an MGB. Banch, if you have an MGB, hit it. Keep them balanced. Keep those tanks up. So it needs a res if somebody can click her. No cures at this time. Okay, everybody on the curator, please. If anyone gets locked in, let us know. We'll get some folks to click you out.
Maladwin is locked. Southeast.
Eindar, if you have an MGB, go ahead and hit it.
Volkert is locked.
Northeast.
Lizard locked.
Southwest.
Clear.
There's the town in North Carolina called Lizard Lick.
Nice.
And they have a towing company.
They do. It actually became a television show.
Locked.
Northwest.
Malawin, is he dispelling you, or did you just lose some things?
Nah, I think I lost some self stuff. Locked southeast. Just to your left.
Heals to gone. I've got no HP buff, by the way.
Okay, I'll take it from you, Gaunt. Oh, won't he lock me up again? Zoe, turn to your left and click me.
I thought he did.
Anybody has an MGB heal over time left, go ahead and hit it.
Locked.
I have a jester, and maybe he'll do that.
One more to our left on Gaunt.
Locked.
Landholder's got it for now. Everybody find Volker and get him out. Is he out?
Northeast.
Good job. 15% more, folks. Doing great. Probably going to be our last fight for the night. I know I'm going to lose a lot of folks after this fight. We did 3 events. We did them really well. You guys are awesome. I'll work out how we handle the rest of the raid schedule, how things are going to go. We'll finish up this event. We'll do our loot, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Note, there will still be AEs going off after this is dead. Do not cure.
West.
Do not cure at this time. Watch the AEs. They're still going to be counting down. And Lizard's still locked in.
And step away from the door.
And could I have the chest open, please?
You might just be stuck in there.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, so again, I'm going to do this loot, so anybody that's bidding, you can stay put. I am going to call it for the night. I'm going to lose a lot of people, and if we can pick this instance back up again and do the remaining fights, we will do that. I will work out how we do that. Pay attention in our SOA Discord for how we're going to do the raid schedule. I'll talk to Lizard and some of the other folks from Immortal Few on putting together the information on exactly how we're going to handle the logistics of raiding together. If you are bidding, stay put, please. Lizard and Shadow, thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to raiding with you guys.
Glad to be here, and thanks for having us.
Yep, same.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yep.
Thanks for coming.
If your guys need help with Crystallis, I'm sure many of us would be happy to do that as well. In the meantime, watch your hit points of some of your members in your groups, because we still have AEs going off and they're counting down. Make sure you're not curing at this time. If you're bidding, stay put.
You took roll, right?
Yes.
Have a good night, everybody. I'm headed out.
All right, good night, Lizard. I'll send you a message about some logistics.
All right, thank you.
Shadow, are you going to be on for a bit? Malawan, are you still here?
Yep.
Gaunt, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Could I have you guys pop into officer after this?
Yeah.
Sold to Zoet for 11. Sorry, Flash, the sold was in before.